Welcome back to New Zealand. Over the past 3 years, I've taken my bike on road trips, track days. My wife uses it every day for commuting. So how has the experience been? This is my review of my 2015 Zero SR. Alright, I feel like I've been pretty negative lately. I've been showing charging problems and my motor is overheating all the time. I've been showing more of the downside of the electric life, and I don't really want to do that. Because in reality, the last 3 years have been pretty awesome. Nothing on the bike is broken. My onboard charger, although I took it off to make room for the DigiNow pen, still works. If you read through all the forums and the Zero Facebook group, the onboard charger is like the most despised part of the bike. So many people have had onboard chargers die on them. Like, some people have gone through multiple onboard chargers. But it hasn't happened to me. In fact, I'm using mine right now because it's the most reliable charger I have. Another controversial topic on the forums and Facebook group is the belt, which seems to snap on everybody, but again, I haven't had any issues. The bike has 15,000 Ks on it now, and I don't see any sign of wear. I know in one of my other videos I showed a belt snapping, but that was just because it was way too loose. It's definitely a pain to get the belt aligned perfectly, but honestly, on an electric bike, it just makes more sense to have a belt than a chain. It's not as messy, it's way less maintenance, and it's quieter. The only things I've had to change in the last 3 years were tires, brake pads, and a mirror that cracked, which may or may not have happened when I was lane splitting. The tires were still really good and probably would have lasted a lot longer than 10,000 Ks, but New Zealand has inspections every couple of years and they're crazy about safety, so I had to change them. About 2 weeks ago, I just changed the brake pads for the first time. They were also still pretty good, but I wanted to upgrade to something stronger, so I put in some sintered EBC pads, and those vastly improved the braking. I've said a lot of times in the past that I hated the brakes on the Zero, but just change the pads. It was a $60 fix. The only real problem I've run into with the bike is that the dash got some water in it, and so now the buttons don't work. But you can see all that stuff in the Zero app, so it hasn't bothered me. Although I can't change the clock, so I guess that bothers me. But yeah, so far the promise of very low maintenance has been pretty true, at least for me. And I haven't noticed my range go down in the past 3 years, so it's not like the battery is degrading super fast like people think. I don't think in another 2 years I'll have to replace my battery. Honestly, I still love riding this thing. It's so smooth, and the acceleration is still insane. You still destroy people off the line. I don't miss gas bikes. I don't miss shifting, because there's no shifting to miss, am I right? And I don't miss the engine sound. It has its own sound, and it draws its own kind of attention. Every single time I stop to charge, someone walks up with tons of questions like, "Whoa, is that electric?" Because it's usually the first electric motorcycle they've seen. And it's been so fun being the one to teach them about it. I seriously feel like I'm from the future, even riding a 3-year-old bike. Like I said, my wife usually rides it to work during the week, so we just plug it in overnight, usually just once a week. And then on the weekend, I get to borrow it, and I go on like charging adventures and all that stuff. So it's been really convenient just to plug in at home, have a full charge in the morning, and never go to a gas station. I think in the end, the biggest impact the Zero has had on me is that I'll never go back to a gas bike. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things I would change about the bike. I wanted to put fairings on the bike. I love more range, faster charging. And I don't know if my next bike is going to be a Zero or something else, but this experience has been so meaningful, so huge in my life, that my next bike is absolutely going to be electric because of this. And I just want to add, this whole YouTube thing has been awesome because so many of you guys that watch these crazy videos have emailed me or hit me up on Facebook to say that these videos have inspired you to go electric and buy Zeros. It really means a lot. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.